Hello, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me out, like and subscribe. Yeah, moving on.
Hello and welcome back to Otaku's Paradise. I actually have a guest today. It's my brother. Say hello.
What's up, y'all? This DJS.
DJS. Anyway, so obviously we're going to talk about anime and gaming and stuff like we normally do. But I do want to remind you guys to use the hashtag Otaku's Paradise, ask some questions, and I'll try to get to them and answer what's what. And I do have that donation link down below. And remember, if you donate $50 or more, the episode's going to be dedicated to you. So essentially what that means is your name's going to be on screen the whole time. Regardless, we're here to talk. So let's talk about anime. How'd you get into it? What's up? I'm asking you. Let's go.
Anime. So, I'm being honest. When I first got into anime, I didn't know it was anime. So, I like to consider Dragon Ball Z kind of the gateway drug to anime. So, I started watching anime probably in 96, 97 on Toonami on Cartoon Network. Used to come on at 9 to 10 o'clock, Dragon Ball Z. And I would watch it religiously. And then I got my brother, who is the host of the show, hooked on it. And that was my first initial taste of anime. I didn't know there was any other type of anime. I just thought it was a cartoon. And then my eyes opened once I got to about high school and noticed that there was way more anime than just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. What I remember from that time is, though, didn't they I guarantee that they did a bunch of reruns of DBZ, didn't they? Because you said 96, I was born in 97, and I remember that stuff still airing. So what's up with that?
You were really little, so when you were in it, or when you started watching, I want to say it was during like the Frieza saga. So you missed out on the Raditz and Vegeta. So you were really little when you were watching it. We used to watch in the living room.
Yeah, I guess when I was like 3 or 4 or something. I have like slight flashes. I could be wrong, but
You were really little. You maybe 2. I'm not sure. Do we have a gene here to search when they showed up on Toonami? I'd say it was 97-ish.
1998.
Oh, okay. I was off by a year. So yeah, you were probably right, because you started watching about the Frieza saga, which probably took about 3 years, because you know how those fillers act.
Well, yeah, but also I distinctly remember hearing just people talk about the time how they had to rewatch the same saga over and over again because of all the dang reruns. So
They did do that. So when they didn't have the like updated version or the dubbed version to air in America, they would go back.
yeah, they changed the voices too. Yeah, they changed the voices like mid-show too. If I recall, wasn't it like Ocean, and then they moved to Funimation later on?
Yeah. So yeah, that was my initial
Mm-hmm.
anime was Dragon Ball Z. I'm a Vegeta fan. I like to say I'm like Vegeta. Since we're very cocky and arrogant.
Yeah, you saying that reminds me when I was a kid. I was the worst fan. I was a Goten fan. I was like, hey yo, mainly because I was that age. I was like, oh yeah. And now you look at him now, and I'm like, man, why do I like Goten? Goten ain't it?
Not it for sure. I'm a Yamcha fan.
Hey, that's okay. You can root for the underdog. That's cool.
I see what you did there.
But yeah, so you're the DBZ guy. But what I remember is being in elementary school, kind of towards middle school, being super into Naruto, and actually watching that. And I talked before about how I won the contest because during the what is it called, the Force to Death arc, or whatever you want to call it, when they were playing that, I distinctly remember on Cartoon Network they were doing a contest where if you had a computer, you would type in, I guess, the words that were popping up on screen, and if you were one of the lucky 300 winners, you would get one of them headbands. I actually got one, but I don't know. I have a weird feeling that since it was way back then, not very many people had a computer, or they were just giving it to everybody or something. Because there ain't no way I just won that.
Yeah, it's Naruto middle school. It was probably what, not 2000.
Nah, let's Jamie.
People had computers.
Dude, Naruto.
Because I had computers when I was in middle school, and I'm 7 years old.
Yeah, but I'm saying elementary school. I think it was elementary school when that came out. 2005.
See,
Okay.
it started airing in 2005, but I was watching it in Japanese. I wasn't watching it dubbed.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So
What, you got the VHS tapes? You had the secret tapes?
Yeah. So I would watch it, and then I would rewatch it when it came out dubbed, just because I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I must have been like 8 then. Like 8. Yeah, so that was right. It was about right. It was like elementary school age I started watching it. I think I remember like showing it to you, like, oh, look at this one.
I'm trying to remember. You may have, or I may have just.
Maybe it was Shippuden. Maybe it was Shippuden that I really showed you. Yeah. Cause remember you were reading like the mangas like on the bed and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
And I was religiously watching dubbed, and then I realized, wait a minute, the Japanese sub is like way further ahead, and that's when I decided to just start watching the sub because I said screw it, and that became my journey of like a sub person because I used to only watch dubs. That used to just be my thing. I'm like I'm gonna watch the dub, but then I started watching subs just because of the Naruto Shippuden being so far at like 200 episodes ahead. I swear.
Yeah, they were way ahead. Way ahead. They're pretty caught up now, especially like.
Well, now they are because everything's semi-dub.
Everything's done, but for the most part, yeah, they were way ahead. I used to go to school and just spoil it for everybody. I was that kid. But yeah, kind of a jerk.
I forgot what website I used, but I'm gonna be real. I didn't back then. I didn't use one of them. I don't even think Crunchyroll was really like.
Thing. You probably use the same size. It was like watch anime cartoons.
It wasn't that. That was specifically a Naruto website. I distinctly remember that. But what I do remember is like the first time I saw Crunchyroll. Oh yeah, we used to go to X a lot too, actually. But that's the first time I saw like what Crunchyroll was. It was like 2013, if I recall.
2013 when we went to AX.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw it. Supposedly though, I looked it up. Apparently, like Crunchyroll was like came out way before that. But I guess they didn't advertise or anything too heavily.
I mean, the streaming wasn't
back
then, to be honest.
Yeah. Netflix did discs.
When Netflix was still discs, but then they.
I remember having a Wii disc.
Yeah.
Let's get to the streaming.
That's how old I go back with Dragon Ball Z. I remember renting VHS to watch the movies.
The Orange Bricks. Well, actually, it's not Orange Brick. It's a movie. Oh man.
But
those movies though.
Oh yeah. The other enemies I've watched a lot. So I'll just name someone I'm into right now: Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. Honestly, it's probably mainly the mainstream ones: Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. I like all the sports ones, so like Kuroko Basketball, Ice Shield, 29 or 99, I forgot what it was. The volleyball one, Prince of Tennis, basically all the sports ones that have, superpowers, or not really superpowers, but like have specialties. So
that's just anime in general.
Yeah, it's anime in general, but what is it? Food Wars is hilarious.
Yeah.
Old school Ranma 1/2, hilarious. That's a if you got time.
Old school. Is there like a new one or something that I don't know?
Ranma 1/2's old, man.
Oh yeah. No, I know what I'm saying. Is it like why'd you say old school? You're just saying like it's just an old anime.
No, it's just an old anime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know. They go in the water. They switch genders.
Switch to an anime.
Switch sexes.
You get Peach-chan.
Yeah. Swap. I don't know. That's really interesting.
What else?
I remember watching Chobits.
Yeah. Well, cool thing with Netflix also, they're starting to like air all the like Japanese and Korean live action ones. So.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious.
Netflix 100% getting their money's worth with the K-dramas and stuff for sure. I know that's really popular.
King's Avatar. Listening, watch it. It's absolutely awesome. It's great. It's awesome show to watch.
And there's that, and then there's the horror films. I'm sure that's like a big thing as well,
Yeah.
especially because from what I understand, foreign horror films are like actually like super scary.
There was Hereditary, and then there was, what was the one with the games? I'm trying to play.
The one with the games.
No, the one where they kill them. They dive. You know which one? It was huge during Pandy. The Pandy Wamby, whatever it was.
Yeah.
What was it called? Mr. Beast had a game on it.
Oh gosh, Squid Games.
Squid Games. Right, Squid
Yeah, you're like the games. I'm like the games.
Squid Games. I just couldn't think.
Are you squid or are you kid?
Yeah. See, that's all I could think of right now.
No, I mean there's a lot to really talk about.
There's a lot.
Because I remember like the you were talking about the Dragon Ball movies earlier. I remember we used to watch them like at night, like in the middle of the night when I feel like we should have probably been asleep.
Yeah, parents were a little irresponsible there.
And I remember watching the BoJack film.
Yeah.
I think it was like on the computer or something.
Yeah,
The speakers were up.
I will confess I did not finish Dragon Ball GT.
I feel like that's
I finished maybe about 3/4 of it. I'm like, I just can't.
I feel like that's an okay confession. But I don't know. My thing is, I feel like the sub really does it way more justice though.
Yeah.
Especially like I don't know, just the way that it actually ends is actually kind of nice. Although they really screwed up like it just became like villain of the week. So I was just kind of like, eh. But Toriyama wasn't really involved with that too much, other than like the character designs. So that's probably why it was a little rough. The thing is now though is like Super. I'm like
I'm waiting for the new one to come out. I'm waiting.
whenever that happens. It just seems odd though because it takes place between the 7 years of peace, but it's not really peace.
It's not peaceful. They're still fighting. It just doesn't make sense. But
and other gods and everything. So I don't know how it's going to correlate to the end of Z or how they're really going to possibly do
I'm
that.
sure there's going to be mix-ups in it because
There's been already a couple, what's it called, stuff.
What's the creator?
Toriyama.
Toriyama has been known to forget people.
Yeah, he's got Toritaro now, so hopefully that kind of helps him a little bit. But it just seems like
He was a failure to launch. To get that right.
he forgot lunch.
Waiting for Dragon Ball Super. It's taking forever. There's spoilers all over.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, looking at the mangies and stuff. Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll find it on TikTok and do one of those gotcha. They're talking about something. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to know that.
I just look at. I'm gonna be real. I watch these mangy recaps now. I really don't care. I know I'm gonna get spoiled, so I might as well just spoil myself.
I'm gonna be honest. I do it too. Like with Baruto, I read the manga, so I already know what's gonna happen, and I'm ahead.
Just in a hiatus now though,
Yeah, it's a hiatus now.
for a couple months.
Yeah.
That being said, OG Naruto's coming back.
Is it?
Well, sorta.
When's it taking place, or what's the?
Well, apparently it's gonna take place around like, the time of original Naruto, maybe a little bit before. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation with that.
So they're gonna be like children, like before they went to the academy.
Well, no, my point being, there's a lot of speculation because Minato won the popularity contest, and since he won that, he gets a one shot, which apparently that leaked out a little bit. I don't know what's up with all that.
Yeah.
So what they're thinking is they're gonna drum up like a bunch of hype and actually drop like episodes of like new stuff around the time of like Naruto or maybe a little bit before like previous generation.
And I'll enjoy that. So they'll have like the like Jiraiya and all them in their like glory days and
Yeah, so there's probably gonna be like a couple episodes like that before Boruto officially comes back. I only hope with Boruto, and I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again, is that instead of doing what they're doing now, where they do, just episode every week, and then they have to do the quote unquote anime canon, which is, I'm just gonna say it's filler, even though it's not, but it is. I just hope they'd go seasonal, like every other anime now, because it's kind of a yikes. Because if you remember back in the day, it's just, I guess when the big three was like a big thing, all animes were just full of filler. Like if you look at like Naruto and stuff, it's usually like 40% or more.
And Naruto was all filler.
And that's just because it's not seasonal.
That used to irritate me.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to see a flashback from something that's absolutely useless. Them chasing a cat and finding a cat. Really? Come on, y'all can do better than that. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to go seasonal because I remember back in the day, like right now, I've been watching Bleach for the first time. I'm in like the 90s right now. but apparently I'm on like a big filler arc. I'm watching it. I could skip it if I want, but I'm like, no, I want to watch it like how they watched it back then, so I could understand the pain. I'm doing this to myself, but apparently it's like a 30 episode filler arc.
Well, if you want to understand pain, just start watching One Piece.
I'm
You
gonna
really
start.
wanna understand pain?
I said I was gonna start that after. I said I was gonna start that after Bleach.
Yeah.
I was gonna do like reaction stuff with that.
You'll be like a 70-year-old man by the time you finish that.
Yeah, but I don't know. From hearing about One Piece, though, there's surprisingly not as much filler. Apparently, it's actually like it's just paced very poorly.
I couldn't do it. Not for me.
I'm doing it for the content. That's the only way I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, I ain't about to even attempt. I don't see myself actually like just doing it on my own volition because like that's a no. But the thing is, I've been watching like these 300 episodes anime. So like I finished Gintama. I loved Gintama. Now I'm watching Bleach, and you know that's like 300 and a little bit more. And now that they have like a new anime, basically they're finishing up the show, I believe, with the 1,000-year blood war arc. I believe it's called something like that.
I forgot to mention my favorite anime,
Yeah, mine's Gintama. What's yours?
Dragon Ball.
Oh, I see.
Dragon Ball was
Original
hilarious.
Dragon Ball. Yeah, actually, that doesn't get as much love as that.
It was not child friendly.
You know what I've been saying, and to myself, why don't they like remake that for like the younger generation? Because I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling, and I feel like I'm pretty on the spot with this one, that people like younger than me, or even like my age possibly, because I had you, so I saw Dragon Ball because you were around. I feel like I would have just seen Z and then everything else, and I never would have watched Dragon Ball if like you didn't say anything, to be quite honest. Because I don't know. Do you think people just skip to Z? Because I feel like that's like a big thing.
I don't think they aired Dragon Ball
After Z. Yeah, they aired original Dragon Ball after Z, correct.
So they aired Dragon Ball after Z, because I think Dragon Ball, let's see, Jamie, it came out probably in the 2000s. Jamie, check it up.
I'll look. It definitely aired afterwards.
I want to say it was in
Oh, perfect. I have that right there.
probably like 2001, right there. Dragon Ball series, which premiered on August 20th, 2001. I remember distinctly. It wasn't too long. But yeah, it was.
So Dragon Ball came out in 2001, and then Z came out in 98. That's crazy.
Yeah, it came out. I distinctly remember Dragon Ball coming out, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Damn.
I was in middle school. I remember watching the first episode at our cousin's house. It was dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, I feel like that's another reason why people haven't really seen Dragon Ball, because Z came out first, so like they have that like on their like. I don't know. I feel like it's like a weird imprint.
Yeah, well, I mean, more kids would probably be more attracted to like a kid doing it rather than the adults yelling. Ah.
Well, that's why I was like, "Hey, yo, Goten."
Yeah. But yeah, for sure.
Oh man, you know, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and everything. Very excited about that. Did you hear about Budokai Tenkaichi 4?
Yeah, you were telling me about it, I think, before.
I just cannot believe that got announced. My question is, did you play like Dragon? Like what? I know we had Budokai and like Budokai 2.
We had Budokai Tenkaichi 2.
Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on my Wii.
When they lost me when you were able to start flying around.
So Tenkaichi series is when you got lost, essentially.
No, not necessarily. What's the one where it was kind of like free roam?
Sagas,
I think it was Saga.
which is the worst Dragon Ball game.
Terrible.
I guess I can't really say that because Ultimate Tenkaichi is pretty bad too.
But yeah, I don't know what they did to that. I didn't enjoy it. Maybe it's just because I'm old school.
No.
Like the Street Fighter.
No.
Type. No.
No, the game is just naturally. Everybody says it's terrible.
It's just,
The
yes,
hitboxes
yeah,
and everything is just
yes,
terrible.
it
You
was
can't.
terrible. I hated that game.
Yeah, no, because I remember I played like a bunch of, like I recently been playing Budokai on my Twitch. I'm like doing like I guess what's it called, a legacy. That's what it's called. So I've been playing through like the Budokai games, and now I'm gonna start Tenkaichi pretty soon. And we're gonna see how that goes. But I'm definitely not gonna play like Saga or anything. I'm just doing like a Budokai and then Tenkaichi thing because Budokai 4 is coming out, and that's really excited. And I'm really excited about Budokai. Not Budokai. I'm very excited about Tenkaichi 4, although I kind of do wish it was a Budokai game. And I say that because I actually like the just traditional like 2D plane versus like flying around and stuff.
The same way. That flying stuff, you can lose me on.
Well, cause like it's just you pushing one button over and over again.
Pushing one button,
pretty
you
much.
got a time when they rush you, so you could evade.
It's cool.
It's
It's cool. I get it. If you have the fundamentals, like you can do it. It's
I
just-
think it's just it's the reason why I can't play Fortnite. I think it's just I can't wrap my head around it. It's just too much to do. I guess you
Yeah.
semi-boomer, but
yeah, no.
but still, like I don't know. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I don't know. I'm just excited for Tenkaichi 4. That's what I was trying to say. And I'm gonna segue that to what game are you excited about? Like, what games are coming out recently that you're like, oh, I gotta play that. And also, what games are you playing at the moment?
Games I'm playing at the moment: Diablo 4.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing Diablo 2.
What else did I finish? I'll just go with I finished Elden Ring, Wulong. I think Elden Ring is like the master version. Wulong's like the medium version, and Diablo 4 is like the introductory, like on how to play it and how to mix and match your character and weapons and armor, so they all coincide together. But it's all right. It's not my favorite, to be honest. It's just a.
So that's the metric. Yeah, no, it's not everybody's game for sure. Like Diablo series.
Okay. It's what's the one game? It's Streets of Rage, but with a little more complicated with the
It plays a lot like a MOBA, except it's like just like PvE, and there's obviously PvP, but a lot of people don't do that apparently.
No, it's alright. I'm gonna be honest. I just barely got in. I'm like 3 days in.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people didn't like Diablo 4 as much as the other ones. Like I'm playing Diablo 2 right now. I want to play Diablo 4, but it might go to like I'm gonna be real. Apparently, it might go to Game Pass or something.
I didn't
I might try it if that happens.
buy it, so it is what it is.
We have GameFly. Oh,
GameFly, that's all.
yeah, I do actually remember GameFly too. I'm surprised. You know, actually, no, I guess that makes sense. I'm surprised they haven't done like cloud gaming or anything. Well, yeah, but I'm saying I'm surprised GameFly doesn't do that. They still send discs.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know it was still a thing.
No, I mean apparently a lot of people like GameFly.
Really?
Yeah,
It's still probably $15.97.
I don't know, but what I do know is they sell games now like outright for like really good prices.
Well, they used to do that.
So like if you're looking for something,
Once the game starts dying out and people.
well, also yeah, you have extra stock because they're exactly because
You
they're
already made your money. You ran it out for a month and 3 months subscriptions for someone you already bought.
you just better hope the disc is in decent condition. That's kind of like the main thing.
I remember those good old Netflix days before they were streaming.
Going to the library to get some stuff, huh?
I remember looking at an encyclopedia for information.
Renting the NES from the.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I actually do remember that as some of my fondest memories.
I think I remember going with you at some point, actually getting something. I was like barely there. I feel like I barely hit the point where I'm like, I could remember these like.
I had like just brief memories.
Because I remember we went to the video store and got like, I think we already had the Super Nintendo at the time, but I remember I think we bought it. No, you definitely bought it. You definitely bought Power Rangers.
Yeah, I bought that game.
Because I remember when you bought that.
I bought that game. That was one of my games that I remember.
Good game too.
That I enjoyed.
Believe it or not, do you know that Super Nintendo Power Rangers fighting game that we have?
Mm-hmm.
That gets played in tournaments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, one of the characters is banned. Starts with a Z. I think you might know it, but I don't know it.
Hold on,
It's like Zod or like
which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the fighter one? Or are we talking about
not the side scroller, the fighting game.
Oh, so you're talking about 1v1?
Correct.
Oh yeah. Zed.
Zed, yeah. Lord
Yeah,
Zed's
'cause he
banned.
has that electric. Yeah, you could spam someone with that dude's move if you know it right. Yeah, that dude
Some
was-
tournaments, Lord Zed's banned. It's just really funny, like how all these games, because we also have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting game. It's called Tournament Fighter, I believe. That thing is also in tournaments. I don't think pretty sure somebody might be banned, but that's still getting played. Like it's crazy how like these old games that we have are still being played to this day. It's actually kind of cool. I'm kind of with it,
20 years later.
quite honestly.
More than 20.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I've aged 25 years to be honest.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. I remember, like, I'm like 2013. Wait a minute. Exactly. Like, it's been a decade.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. Like, I've just been playing like Diablo 2 and replaying some games with friends. Like, I played Tiny Tina's before. I'm getting into that again with some new friends and stuff.
You know me. I'm more of a.
I like doing co-op stuff with
I
friends.
do co-op
Like,
stuff.
yeah,
I'm more of a co-op player, and I play Call of Duty and Apex, all those games.
I play games that I hate to play, like Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I never got to do Overwatch.
I feel like I'm big into like the gaming stuff though. Like I'd be looking at like everything. It's crazy. I'm like, oh, that game's coming out. Oh, that game's coming out. Oh, that's coming out. I'm excited for that. Like, I don't know. I feel like this year's been pretty good. Mainly because the past couple of years, like you were saying earlier, the Pandy and stuff. I feel like it really like made a bunch of games get delayed and stuff. I'm just curious to see like if the games come out now, like not very buggy, especially with like Bethesda with Starfield coming out.
They took their time with it.
Well, yeah, because Bethesda's known for like a bunch of bugs, but that also got delayed. And you're right, they have been taking their time with it. The only thing I'm wondering with Bethesda is when is the next Elder Scrolls coming out? Because they announced that like 2014, 2016, something like that.
Yeah.
And I've seen absolutely nothing. Bubkiss.
Upkiss. No idea. No idea.
I'm a gamer though. I'm a gamer. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be real. I really don't know what to say at this point, so I'll just kind of close out, be like, haha, ayo. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff, and like I said, use the hashtags, and don't know if you want questions answered priority and want to have an episode dedicated to you, $50 or more. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say my outskis. You got anything to say? Any last words? Anything to shout out? Anything to just...
Yeah, follow my OnlyFans at DJS Big Boy. Follow my Patreon, same tag. Yeah, it was interesting.
This is totally real and not a joke at all. Please go to those websites. Goodbye.